Right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to video number 2 in our series. We are now figuring out the pricing of our recipe. So you are on your recipe dashboard. If you have not already made your nutrition facts label, you need to do that one first. So shut this video down and do that, and then come on back. So assuming that you've made it, you'll see your recipe and your name, and we will go towards our recipe actions and hit recipe cost. Now the fun part begins. A little difficult, but take a deep breath, okay? We see our ingredients here, and then we see lots of costing pieces. So this is all going to be determined with the help of the handy dandy HEB website, which we'll walk you through in just a second. But the most important thing that we're understanding here and the difference between our ingredients, when we were putting everything in for our nutrition facts label, we were telling it how much we actually used. We're now telling it how much what we bought it for and the amount that we bought. So, for example, you did not use the entire garlic powder container when you put it into your recipe. So I'm telling you, I'm putting into the cost of the entire package, even if I didn't use that. So don't worry, your amounts are already set. You're now just telling it how much it cost you to get that entire product. So that you then used. So one step at a time. Let's start with the tomatoes. Those can be a little bit easier. So we will need to go to the HEB website, and if you have not been here recently, it is pretty cool, and it can tell you the price of every single thing in their store. So you're welcome. Now you know that tidbit. I just go to, you can either put it into the search bar, but with produce, it seems to work best if you go to that shop tab, and then you can hit, there they are, the fruits and vegetables that we want to look at. We're looking for Roma tomatoes, which is technically a fruit, you little smart HEB website, and you will find tomatoes down here. And then we need to select the Roma tomatoes. This will tell us it was 78 cents per pound. Now, we did not use an entire pound, but that's okay because we're just telling it how much it costs to get that actual product. So now we know 78 cents per pound. Go back to your costing tab, and we are going to say 78 cents per one quantity, 1 pound. Right now, I can change it to different things if I need to, different units, but in this case, it worked okay. Onions are another example. So let's go back to our produce tab, and I'm going to find, it's not a fruit, so we'll go back here, and then we go to vegetables. And I'm doing this fast, I know, but you'll get the hang of it when you're looking for a product. Then we need to go to garlic and onions. And we use, let's say, just a fresh white onion. Again, 78 cents per pound, same cost. Who knew? So we will put same thing, 78 cents per 1 pound. Now, if we use 2 pounds, this would change, right? We would put that in as our quantity. It just depends on what you bought. It gets a little bit more complicated with these two, but that's why I wanted to show this particular recipe to you. Let's do the lime juice. So now we're assuming that we did remember the bottle of lime juice instead. So in this case, it's okay. You can put in lime juice into the search bar, see what pops up. Here we go. Oh, look, it's the HEB Lot O Lime. I just love the fact that they call it Lot O Lime, but here we go. We click on this, and now we see that for a 32 ounce bottle, it cost me $2.05. Now, I did not use all 32 ounces, but I'm telling it that right here. So I now put, right, $2.05 for 32 fluid ounces. Another selection here. If it came in a different amount, we would put that here. It's okay to change these units to what you need. Similar thing to the garlic powder. Again, I'm just typing in the search bar, find the one that's closest to whatever you used or the actual one. I think this is one we have in our kitchen right now. So $4.38 for 10 ounces. Same thing, $4.38 for, what did I just say it was? 10 ounces. There we go. So you can notice as I did this, see that the cost per batch and the cost per package is increasing. In this case, I only got one package of pico de gallo from my batch, so these numbers are the same. But if yours are different, if you made one batch of your recipe and it was 2 packages of your product, then that may look a little bit different. As we add different costs too, this little colored bar is going to change. But once we do all of this, we have now seen that it only costs us 92 cents to make some pico de gallo. Pretty cheap. but hold your horses because we need to add our packaging costs as well. I told you already in that description, the sheet that I gave you with the instructions, we don't need to worry about our labor cost and overhead. If I was a real business, I would have to pay people to make this, or I would make it myself and not make any money. But and when we have to think about overhead, how much does it cost to have the lights on in the building where we are making the Pico? But we are not worrying about that because that would be ridiculous. If you were making this product and using this website for a real small business, then you would know that, and you should know that, and it should be in your price so that you can actually make money and not lose money. But we can figure out our unit packaging costs. If you are using one of the containers that I have bought for you guys, that I previously told you about, then you will see on that package how much it costs. For example, I would probably put my Pico into that 16-ounce clear container with the lid. So I'm going to put it. I already told you guys that with the lid that costs 34 cents. For that whole thing, and which is great. So now I can see that in my cost breakdown, and it increases, right? So that's part of the cost, and it's important. Now, some of you got creative, and you're going to have different, packages that you have turned into another package. And that's cool. It just means that you're going to have a little bit harder of a time to figure it out, but you can do it. I found this website, and I will put this on Google Classroom as well as a good example of glass containers and plastic. But you're just going to have to do a little bit of searching and maybe a little bit of just estimation, right? So if you were putting yours into, we wouldn't for Pico, but let's find one that we would. Maybe, not so much. Let's say I was making a salad dressing and I was putting it in here. So when I click on this, it will tell me for 12 cases, there we go. It even tells me the amount each. So it would cost 82 cents each. So again, do the best estimation that you possibly can so that you have the realest number possible. So you'll add that to unit packaging cost for one product. How much does your package cost? Now comes a relatively easy part because most of it is already done for you. Your distributor margin is already there, broker margin and retailer margins are already set in this Recipal system, which I love because that's just industry standard. The margin is what I wanted you to put in, and I've already told you that number in your instructions too, which is 7%, which again is what I've researched as being industry standard. It could be up to 24, but we're going to leave it right at 7, which is kind of in the mid-range of where it tends to be. So this then calculates now the pricing of our product. So if I, the producer of my awesome Pico de Gallo, was selling it to a warehouse, I would sell it to them for $1.35. You see, this makes a little bit of profit from the cost, the actual cost in the package. If then my warehouse that I sold it to HEB, then they would sell it for $1.81. If then HEB sold it to consumers, we call that our MSRP, then they would sell it the whole package for $3.01. Okay, so these are what will end up being in our Google presentation, and I will see those numbers whenever you present on your final day. So use those 3 numbers for your benefit. If you have questions, you get confused about this whole thing, let me know, and I will gladly point you in the right direction. Good luck, and can't wait to see what you come up with.